Effortlessly cool, rising above everyone's expectations, a film which strived to be the best film it could be in terms of composition and screenplay prowess, and incidentally, Elaine Bennis's favourite film, 1971's Shaft by Gordon Parks, is far more than just a cynical washing machine of tropes, later identified as blaxploitation. Shaft was a film about its location, about the social atmosphere of the American metropolises, the convictions of a brave, cautiously cynical though pragmatically hopeful man. A film which was all at once a film appealing to cultural blocs, general film audiences, and those seeking something more universal, progressive, and acknowledging, empowering, without reducing, without sanitizing, without making the general public feel good about themselves, and without condescending in many respects. Shaft was the ideal action thriller, the more noble, progressive manifestation of hero versus criminals from 1971, compared to Siegel's Dirty Harry or Friedkin's French Connection, a film that has endured to this day and also firmly encapsulates, wanted to distill modernity in form and in the content styled by the form as it was in the year 1971. Possibly seen as a badge of hip cultural honour by a clique of repellent middle or upper class rats, Shaft is best appreciated by audiences seeking general entertainment and realising how socially insightful, existentially reorienting, in a subtle yet straightforward way, that slick convicted entertainment could potentially be. There was some concern that Shaft merely appropriated the black character and culture for what was otherwise a white film, that is, a film which could have featured a white protagonist and supporting cast which simply swapped the races in order to claim to be telling a story about the black population of New York City. Director Gordon Parks was aware of these criticisms, though felt as though they were generally unfounded or even missing the point. I'll repeat subsequently some of what Parks had to say in a letter he wrote to the New York Times in 1971, the same year of the film's initial release. In his article, A Black Movie for White Audiences, Clayton Riley attacks Shaft as a film which provides whites with a comfortable image of blacks as non-competitors. I share Riley's desire to see black actors playing roles now assumed by actors such as Jack Nicholson or Dustin Hoffman, but I don't think the choice for black people is limited to either Five Easy Pieces or Step and Fetch It. But perhaps Riley isn't as out of touch with black people as he has led me to believe. Perhaps he just believes that a black writer attacking a black movie has got to be more provocative than a black writer praising a black movie. This saddens me, and what convinces me of this is Riley's final point in his article concerning Shaft's arrangements with Harlem racketeer Bumpy Jonas to have four cabs waiting at an appointed place as getaway cars for Shaft's men. Riley writes, Gordon Parks, come on. What black man would be naive enough to think that one taxi, let alone four, will stop to take some Negroes back to Harlem in the middle of the night? Think about it. This must be Riley's own put-on, for he seems to be the only person, black or white, who didn't get the point that these were black-operated cabs, Bumby's hoods, who came to get Shaft. Any black person knows it's tough to get a cab to Harlem, but Riley must have been so enthusiastic about this insight that he failed to realize it had nothing whatsoever to do with the film's plot. I will hold Riley in higher esteem when he gains more experience as a reviewer of all filmmakers, not as a self-appointed executioner of blacks who have survived the purgatorial haunts of Hollywood to become directors and producers. Sheath your borrowed sword, Mr. Riley. Your brother is not the enemy. A strongly directed film, not too glossy, sufficiently earthy and yet assertively visual, one of the most iconic and enjoyable, likeable soundtracks of all time. You couldn't ask for a better theme song to any film. It is expert action, crime, thriller entertainment. Lots of great films came out in 1971. Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange, Rogue's Walkabout, Russell's The Devils, Friedkin's The French Connection, Lucas's THX 1138, Hellman's Two-Lane Blacktop, Kotcheff's Wake in Fright, Fulci's A Lizard in a Woman's Skin, Pacula's Clute, Siegel's Dirty Harry, Fassbinder's Beware of a Holy Whore, Godard's Vladimir at Rosa, Shapitko's You and Me, Husarik's Sinbad, plausibly the best of this set, and maybe Spielberg's Duel. There's no reason we ought not add Parks's Shaft there, in my own view.